The signal came on a quiet Tuesday morning. Dr. Sarah Chen was running routine scans at the Arecibo array when her monitors lit up with activity. The pattern was unlike anything humanity had ever encountered, precise, structured, and undeniably artificial. Within hours, every major observatory on Earth confirmed the same reading. Something was approaching our solar system. Admiral James Harrison stood at the command center of the International Space Defense Force, watching as the massive alien vessel emerged from faster-than-light travel just beyond Mars' orbit. The ship dwarfed anything humanity had ever built, its sleek crystalline surface reflecting the distant sunlight in mesmerizing patterns. "First contact," Harrison whispered, his weathered face reflecting both hope and apprehension. The vessel belonged to the Varsidian Empire, as they soon introduced themselves, a spacefaring civilization claiming to seek peaceful relations with Earth. For 3 months, the Varsidians shared glimpses of their advanced technology. They spoke of cultural exchange, of lifting humanity into a new age of enlightenment. But Dr. Chen noticed something in their transmissions, subtle patterns that didn't align with their stated peaceful intentions. Working late one night, she decoded their actual communications. The truth hit her like a physical blow. The Varsidians weren't ambassadors. They were advanced scouts. Earth wasn't being welcomed into a galactic community. It was being assessed for resource extraction. Our planet's rich biodiversity and mineral wealth had made us a target. When Chen brought her findings to Harrison, the Admiral's face grew grim. "How many ships?" he asked. "Their main fleet." Chen's voice trembled. "Over 300 vessels, each larger than the scout ship. They'll be here in less than 6 months." The Varsidian scout ship's true nature revealed itself the next day. It launched simultaneous strikes against Earth's major military installations, its energy weapons cutting through our best defenses like paper. Humanity's most advanced fighter jets and missiles barely scratched its shields. Harrison coordinated a desperate global counterattack, but the technological gap was staggering. The Varsidian ship's AI systems predicted and countered every strategy, every tactic. Traditional warfare was useless against an enemy this advanced. But as Harrison watched his forces being decimated, he noticed something crucial. The Varsidians were efficient, calculating, and utterly predictable. They followed optimal tactical patterns with machine-like precision. They showed no creativity, no adaptation to the unexpected. That's when he remembered Project Legacy, a classified experimental ship program that the world's governments had deemed too risky, too unconventional. Its designer, Dr. Marcus Wong, had proposed something revolutionary, a warship that could harness quantum uncertainty itself. "Get me a secure line to Wong," Harrison ordered, "and contact every surviving military leader. We need to buy time. 6 months to prepare for their main fleet, and we need to complete a ship that everyone said was impossible to build." As the Varsidian scout ship continued its systematic destruction of Earth's defenses, Harrison allowed himself a grim smile. The aliens had judged humanity by their technological capabilities alone. They were about to learn that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology. It was our ability to achieve the impossible when our backs were against the wall. In the depths of a hidden facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, Project Legacy was about to begin. And with it, humanity's best hope for survival would rise from the ashes of their shattered defenses. Continued in Part 2. 3 months after the Varsidian scout ship's attack, Dr. Marcus Wong stood in the massive underground construction bay, staring at his life's work. The Legacy took up most of the cavernous space, its hull a patchwork of conventional metals and experimental quantum crystalline alloys that seemed to shift and flow under the harsh industrial lighting. "She's unlike anything we've ever built," Wong explained to Admiral Harrison, who had just arrived for the project inspection. "The Varsidians rely on predictable, mathematically perfect technology. Legacy operates on uncertainty, quantum fluctuations that even their AI can't predict." The ship's bridge was a testament to human adaptation. Instead of the sterile, automated systems favored by the Varsidians, Legacy's controls were a hybrid of digital interfaces and analog backups. Each station was designed to be operated by humans working in concert, their intuition and creativity integral to the ship's function. "Your crew is here," Harrison announced, gesturing to a group entering the bay. Wong recognized Captain Maya Patel, whose unconventional tactics had allowed her destroyer to survive an engagement with the Varsidian scout ship. Behind her came Lieutenant David Chen, brother to Dr. Sarah Chen, and the only pilot who had managed to land a hit on the alien vessel. The rest of the hand-picked crew filed in: engineers, tactical officers, and specialists from every corner of Earth. Each had demonstrated not just skill, but the ability to think beyond traditional military doctrine. 2 weeks, Wong told them, his voice echoing in the vast space. "That's how long you have to learn to operate a ship that breaks half the laws of physics. The Varsidian main fleet arrives in 3 months, and we need to be ready." The training was brutal. Legacy's quantum systems responded to human intuition in ways that defied conventional spacefaring logic. The weapons officers had to unlearn everything they knew about targeting. Legacy's main guns didn't fire where the enemy was, but rather where quantum probability suggested they might be. Captain Patel adapted fastest, seeming to develop an almost supernatural connection with the ship's systems. "It's like she's alive," she told Wong during one late-night training session. "Not artificial intelligence, but something else. Something more natural." The breakthrough came during their first full power test. As Legacy's quantum drive engaged, reality itself seemed to shiver around the ship. Sensors showed impossible readings. The vessel existed in multiple probable states simultaneously, each one capable of acting independently. "That's how we'll beat them," Wong explained to the stunned crew. "The Varsidians' computational advantage relies on predicting exactly where we'll be, what we'll do. But Legacy doesn't exist in a single definite state. She's everywhere and nowhere, a quantum ghost that even their advanced AI can't track." But the true test came sooner than anyone expected. 3 weeks before the main Varsidian fleet's anticipated arrival, the scout ship launched a final devastating attack on Earth's remaining military bases. This time, though, they had a surprise waiting. "Legacy Actual, this is Command." Harrison's voice crackled through the quantum-encrypted comm system. "You are cleared to engage. Show these bastards what humanity is capable of." As Captain Patel gave the order to engage, Wong watched his creation rise from its underground birth. Legacy's quantum crystalline hull caught the sunlight, shimmering with possibilities. The Varsidians had brought the cold precision of advanced technology. Humanity was about to respond with something far more powerful, the unpredictable, indomitable spirit of a species that refused to be conquered. The battle that would determine Earth's fate was about to begin. And with it, the true test of Wong's impossible ship. Continued in Part 3. Legacy emerged from Earth's atmosphere like a ghost, its quantum crystalline hull flickering between states of existence. On the bridge, Captain Maya Patel felt the ship's systems synchronize with her consciousness, probability matrices flowing through her mind like intuition. "Varsidian vessel detected," Lieutenant Chen reported from the tactical station. "They're launching their attack drones, hundreds of them." The alien drones moved with perfect precision, their formation and exercise in mathematical beauty. But Patel saw something else in their movements: patterns, predictability, a lack of true tactical creativity. "All hands," she commanded, her voice steady. "Execute battle plan uncertainty." Legacy's quantum drive engaged, and reality fractured around them. The ship existed in multiple states simultaneously, each probability track creating its own version of the vessel. To the Varsidian targeting systems, Legacy appeared to be in dozens of places at once, all equally real and equally false. "Their AI is trying to compensate," Dr. Wong reported, watching the sensor readings. "They're calculating every possible position, but the processing load is overwhelming their systems." The alien drone's perfect formation began to break down as their targeting computers failed to resolve Legacy's true position. Some fired at empty space, others collided with each other as their optimization algorithms crashed. "Now," Paddle ordered, "show them what we can do." Legacy's main guns fired, but not in the conventional sense. Instead of energy beams or projectiles, they launched quantum-entangled packets of possibility. When they impacted the Varsidian drones, each point of contact spawned multiple probable outcomes simultaneously. Some drones simply ceased to exist. Others imploded as quantum uncertainty collapsed their carefully regulated systems. The Varsidian mothership responded with a barrage of its primary weapons, but Legacy was already elsewhere, or perhaps everywhere. The human crew worked in perfect synchronization, their intuitive understanding of probability allowing them to navigate the quantum chaos their ship created. "They're adapting," Chen warned. "Their AI is learning to predict our probability patterns." Patil smiled. "That's exactly what we wanted. Initiate Phase 2. Legacy's quantum core pulsed, and suddenly the ship's probability field inverted. Instead of existing in multiple states, it collapsed into a single, absolutely certain position. Directly behind the Varsidian vessel, in their sensor blind spot. "Fire everything," Patil commanded. The combined power of Legacy's conventional and quantum weapons struck the alien ship before its AI could recalculate. Shields designed to defend against normal physics offered no protection against weapons that rewrote probability itself. But the Varsidians weren't defeated yet. Their ship's hull began to reconfigure, adaptive nanomaterials seeking to counter this new threat. A beam of concentrated energy sliced through space where Legacy had been a microsecond before. "They've locked onto our quantum signature," Wang announced, his hands flying over his console. "They're learning faster than we anticipated." "Good," Paddle replied, her eyes gleaming. "Because so are we. Lieutenant Chen, execute attack pattern Heisenberg." Legacy began to move in ways that defied conventional physics, its trajectory a dance of quantum uncertainty. Each time the Varsidian AI predicted their position, the human crew would introduce a random element, a piece of tactical creativity that no algorithm could anticipate. The battle raged for hours, a contest between perfect alien technology and human unpredictability. Legacy took hits, its quantum crystalline hull absorbing impossible amounts of energy by distributing it across multiple probability states. But for every blow they received, they dealt back too, their weapons exploiting weaknesses in Varsidian systems that only human intuition could spot. Finally, after a devastating exchange of fire, the alien vessel's adaptive hull began to fail. Their perfect systems, overwhelmed by quantum uncertainty and human creativity, started to break down. "They're preparing to retreat," Chen reported. "Their drive is charging for faster than light travel." "Let them go," Paddle ordered. "They've learned what they needed to learn about us. And so have we." As the Varsidian scout ship vanished into FTL, the bridge crew of Legacy allowed themselves a moment of celebration. But they all knew this was just the beginning. The main Varsidian fleet was still coming, and now they would be prepared for Legacy's quantum tactics. Yet something had changed in the equation of this war. The Varsidians had come expecting to find primitive beings barely worthy of notice. Instead, they had encountered something their perfect technology couldn't compute: the human capacity for innovation, adaptation, and controlled chaos. In the quantum wake of the retreating alien vessel, Legacy hung in space, its crystalline hull reflecting Earth's light. The real test was still to come, but humanity had proven something crucial. In a universe of perfect machines, unpredictability was the deadliest weapon of all. Continued in Part 4, Secrets of the Stars. In the aftermath of their victory over the Varsidian scout ship, Legacy's quantum sensors detected something unusual in the outer solar system. Deep in the Kuiper belt, beyond Neptune's orbit, probability fluctuations suggested the presence of artificial structures hidden among the ice and rock. "These readings are impossible," Dr. Wang muttered, studying the data. "These structures, they're older than Earth itself." Captain Patel made the decision quickly. With less than 2 weeks before the Varsidian main fleet's arrival, every advantage had to be explored. Legacy set course for the anomaly, its quantum drive bending space-time around them. What they found changed everything they thought they knew about humanity's place in the universe. A vast complex of ancient stations and shipyards, preserved in the vacuum of space, their technology so advanced it bordered on magic. But the most shocking discovery came when they managed to access the facility's archives. They were like us, Dr. Sarah Chen explained, her hologram flickering in Legacy's briefing room as she translated the ancient data, a species that understood quantum mechanics not as mathematics, but as art. They didn't just observe quantum uncertainty, they danced with it. The ancient race, which they came to call the predecessors, had fought their own war against beings remarkably similar to the Varsidians, a conflict between organic creativity and mechanical perfection that had spanned galaxies. "Look at these designs," Wang said, his voice filled with wonder as he studied the technical archives. "They didn't just build quantum technology like we did. They grew it, shaped it with their thoughts and emotions. Their ships weren't machines, they were living quantum entities." The crew worked tirelessly, integrating what they learned from the ancient facility into Legacy's systems. The quantum crystalline hull began to respond not just to probability mathematics, but to the collective consciousness of its crew. The ship was becoming something more than the sum of its parts. Lieutenant Chen discovered it first during a routine system test. The quantum field. It's not just avoiding prediction anymore. It's learning, adapting, almost like it's alive. But time was running out. Long-range sensors detected the Varsidian main fleet approaching, their massive ships moving with that same perfect, predictable precision. This time, though, humanity would be ready. Admiral Harrison's voice crackled through the quantum comm. "The first wave of their fleet has entered the solar system. 300 ships, just as predicted. But something's wrong. They're not moving like we expected." Tactical displays showed the truth. The Varsidians had adapted. Their ships now moved with controlled chaos, attempting to mimic the quantum uncertainty that had defeated their scout ship. They had learned from their defeat, their AI systems incorporating randomness into their calculations. "They're trying to beat us at our own game," Patil observed. "But they're still just simulating chaos, still bound by their need for control and prediction." In Legacy's engine room, Wang made the final adjustments to their enhanced systems. The ship hummed with power. The quantum crystalline hull now shot through with veins of living energy derived from the predecessor's technology. They had discovered why this ancient race had hidden their legacy in the outer solar system. They were waiting for another species to evolve that could truly understand their way of thinking. "All stations report ready," Chen announced from Tactical. "The quantum core is stable. Well, as stable as quantum uncertainty can be." Captain Patil stood at the center of Legacy's bridge, feeling the ship's enhanced consciousness mesh with her own. Around them, the vast Varsidian fleet approached with weapons charged, their formation a mockery of the chaos they tried to emulate. "They think they've figured us out," Patil said to her crew. "They think that by adding random variables to their perfect equations, they can match our quantum tactics. But they still don't understand the most fundamental truth about humanity." She smiled as Legacy's systems pulsed with power, the ship becoming a quantum entity that existed simultaneously in reality and possibility. "True chaos can't be calculated, true creativity can't be predicted, and humanity's greatest strength isn't in our technology. It's in our ability to embrace the unknown and make it our own." As the Varsidian fleet moved to engage, Legacy's quantum field expanded, ready to show them the true meaning of unpredictability. The final battle for Earth's survival was about to begin, and with it the ultimate test of humanity's most unique qualities: imagination, adaptability, and the courage to face impossible odds. Continued in Part 5. Humanity's Triumph. The Varsidian fleet filled the void between Mars and Earth, 300 ships moving in formations that attempted to mirror Legacy's quantum uncertainty. Their adaptation would have been impressive if it wasn't so fundamentally flawed. Perfect machines trying to replicate the beautiful imperfection of human creativity. They're broadcasting, Lieutenant Chen reported from Tactical. System-wide transmission. The Varsidian commander's hologram appeared on Legacy's bridge, its crystalline form reflecting the cold precision of their civilization. Your resistance is noted, it stated, but ultimately futile. We have analyzed your quantum technology. We have adapted. Surrender now, and your species will be preserved in our biological archives. Captain Patel stood, feeling Legacy's living quantum field pulse in response to her emotions. You still don't understand what you're facing, she replied. You've studied our technology, but you've missed everything that makes us human. Without warning, Legacy burst into action. The ship's quantum crystalline hull, now infused with the predecessor's living technology, shimmered with possibilities. But this time, instead of simply existing in multiple states, it began to resonate with the quantum potential of every human mind aboard. Full neural synchronization achieved, Wang announced, his voice tight with concentration. The ship is responding to crew consciousness. Collective quantum field is stable. The Varsidian fleet opened fire, their weapons blazing with energy that could shatter planets. But Legacy moved like a dream, like a thought, like the spark of inspiration that leads to breakthrough. Every crew member's intuition and creativity fed into the ship's quantum field, creating patterns of possibility that no eye could predict because they came from the deepest wells of human consciousness. They're trying to calculate our movement patterns, Chen reported, watching the tactical display. Their AI networks are linking up, pooling processing power. Let them, Patel commanded. Initiate Protocol Prometheus. Legacy's quantum weapons fired, but they weren't just disrupting probability fields anymore. Each shot carried with it the creative potential of human consciousness, transmitted through the quantum crystalline technology of the predecessors. When they struck the Varsidian ships, they didn't just damage their hulls. They introduced something the aliens had never encountered before. True chaos, born from human imagination. The effect was devastating. Varsidian ships began to lose cohesion as their perfectly ordered systems were infected with quantum uncertainty driven by human creativity. Their attempts to simulate chaos backfired as real, human-generated randomness cascaded through their networks. Their fleet AI is attempting to quarantine affected ships, Wang reported. They're trying to isolate themselves from the quantum contamination. But it was too late. The quantum field generated by Legacy and its crew had become a virus of creativity, spreading through the Varsidian fleet's linked systems. Ships began to break formation, their perfectly calculated movements dissolving into genuine, uncontrolled chaos. Their central command ship is charging weapons, Chen announced. Energy readings are off the scale. They're going to try to destroy everything, including themselves, to stop the spread of chaos. Patel's eyes narrowed. All hands, prepare for total quantum synchronization. Dr. Wang, take us in. Legacy accelerated toward the massive Varsidian command ship, its hull now a kaleidoscope of possibility. Every crew member's consciousness merged with the ship's quantum field, creating something that had never existed before, a perfect fusion of human creativity and advanced technology. The Varsidian command ship fired its doomsday weapon, a beam of pure entropy designed to reduce everything to ordered nothingness. But Legacy met it with something stronger, the combined creative potential of every human mind aboard, channeled through the living quantum technology of the predecessors. The collision of energies lit up the solar system like a newborn star. In that moment of ultimate confrontation, order met chaos, perfection met creativity, and the cold calculations of AI met the boundless potential of human imagination. When the light faded, the Varsidian command ship hung broken in space, its perfect systems shattered by contact with true quantum chaos. Throughout their fleet, ships began powering down as their networked AI systems crashed, unable to process the fundamental uncertainty they had been exposed to. They're retreating, Chen announced, watching as the surviving Varsidian ships began jumping to FTL. Their entire command structure has collapsed. On Legacy's bridge, The crew slowly recovered as their consciousness separated from the quantum field. They had done more than win a battle. They had proven that humanity's greatest weakness, our unpredictability, was actually our greatest strength. Admiral Harrison's voice came through the quantum comm. Legacy, Earth Command. Status report. Patil looked at her crew, exhausted, exhilarated, forever changed by what they had accomplished. Earth Command, this is Legacy. Humanity stands, and we're just getting started. As the quantum field settled around them, Legacy turned toward Earth, its hull still shimmering with possibilities. They had discovered something profound in their victory over the Varsidians. Technology alone wasn't enough to conquer the stars. Perfect order wasn't the answer to the universe's challenges. It was the beautiful chaos of human creativity, our ability to imagine and adapt, to think the unthinkable and achieve the impossible, that would carry us into the future. The stars beckoned, filled with mysteries waiting to be explored. And humanity, armed with the legacy of the predecessors and our own boundless creativity, was finally ready to answer their call. The end.